All right, so today I want to talk about 8 measuring tools that every shop should have. And this includes, first and foremost, a tape measure. Almost every shop needs this. Every cabinet maker has to have it. This one goes down to a 1/16. You can get a little more accurate, but most of the time when you're using this, 1/16 is about all that you need. I like to get the 1-inch wide one because it has a rigid blade on it so that it stays and you can extend it out quite a ways before it actually pops the weight, makes it pop, which helps when you're measuring a long cabinets or a long run of cabinets, anything like that. You want to be careful of this part right here. If this gets bent in or out, it's going to greatly affect your measurement. Every once in a while, you want to double check it against a measure ruler, or I should say a metal ruler. Double check the accuracy all the time when you can, and make sure it goes across the entire front part of the blade there. But yeah, this you got to have. And in conjunction with this, one of the things that I found that really works well is a lot of times I use this to find out if something is square by measuring the corners. And Rockler makes this great little device here, and I'll have a link to it below. But it has a magnet on it which locks in on the blade, and then it has the corner there, so it locks in the corner and allows the blade to pivot quite a bit. And you can get some really accurate corner-to-corner measurements with this tool. And they're not that much. When I purchased it, I think I purchased 2 of them, and I actually have one here in my shop apron here. So those essential things you have to have. The next thing I think every cabinet maker should try to get is a decent square. You can use a combination square if you like, or a regular square. I also have this little nicer one, this cabinet making square. They don't have to be expensive. I mean, you know, Woodpecker makes a beautiful one for $100. I guess if you had $100, it's worth getting. But really, this Empire one here, I think I got at Home Depot a long time ago, is still accurate, still 100% right on. It's all you really need just to transfer, you know, parallel lines or square lines from the wood when you're making a cut or doing dados or anything like that. You just need something to mark on that gives you a perfect 90-degree angle is all you're looking for in these. Again, the other thing you should have is some metal rulers. I just talked about how you can, you know, compare them with your tape measure to make sure it's accurate. But metal rulers are extremely accurate. This one's a Shop Fox, and I like this brand. I got a couple different lengths on this particular one. But it has a hook at this end so I can grab the outside edge of a piece of wood, and it also, the 1-inch mark starts right here at 0. So I can get an accurate inside reading. And the nice thing is this has 2 different rulers that go from different directions. This one starts at 0 here, goes to 12 here. This one starts at 0 here and goes to 12 here. So if you go on the inside, you can read this side. If you go on the outside, you read this side to get your readings. So metal rulers are worth having. I have a number of them. I'm just showing you one, but they're definitely worth having in the shop. Recently, digital calipers are really getting to be used quite a bit. They're perfect for measuring dado widths, measuring how thick the wood is. Like if you're milling a bunch of wood, you want to make sure that's all the same thickness. These are perfect. This particular one goes in inches and millimeters, but it goes decimal points. This one here also goes inches and millimeters, but it will break down into fractions of an inch, so it actually gives you fractions if that's what you're used to, which is what I've done all my life, so I'm very used to fractions, so I really like this particular one. The other thing, it's not really a measuring device itself, but it is in a way. It allows you to transfer angles, is this T-Bevel. This thing is perfect if you want to transfer an angle on anything that you're building. If you're not building a square, you need a 45 or 35 or 20 degree angle, or an 18 or a 14. Let's say you're doing some hand cut dovetails. This is the tool to use, and it allows you to transfer those angles, and it works quite well. They're not that expensive. Always have one in the shop. You'd be surprised how much you end up using this thing once you have it. Lately, I've been using this a lot. Lately, I mean like the past 3 years. It's the Incra Rulers, and this one is a T ruler. And this goes against the edge of the wood, and it has all kinds of little notches here that a 5mm pencil fits perfect in. This gives you really, really accurate lines and marks. Goes down to a 1/64 of an inch. And I mean, you can place the mark right next to each other and see them. So this is an excellent measuring tool and extremely accurate, and one that I'm using all the time. So they make a 12-inch, they make a 6-inch, which is one I have here. They make a 3-inch. I find that the 6-inch covers just about everything that I need to do. So that's another tool worth getting. I also got the edge one that goes on the edge of your wood here, so that you can make marks on the edge, like if you're using a miter saw where you want to cut to a mark. This gives you some really, really accurate measurements. And the last thing I'd recommend for measuring tools are these brass squares here. If you can hold on to them. Like these here I bought quite some time ago when it first started becoming popular to use them. But for router tables, for table saws, any tool that you need to make a measurement on, these are accurate things to use. This one's a 1/2 inch, 3/8, quarter, eighth, eighth, and then I think it's I think the lowest it goes is an 1/8 right here. I don't think I have a 16th here. But I've been using these for years and years. The newer ones have marks on them so that you can see all of different sizes, and they come into 16th increments, so they're well worth getting. If you use any type of router table, router bits, table saw, you get an accurate cut from these. You can measure from the fence a 1/2 inch, put it to the edge of the blade. You can feel it much more accurate than you can see it. You can raise the router bit a 1/2 inch high. You can feel the top of the router bit to the top of this. Really is going to improve any types of cuts that you need to make for a router or table saw. So these are the 8 things that I'd recommend that every shop have for measuring and for accurate measurement. And if you've been tuning in this channel for a long time or any time at all, you know that I like to make it as easy as possible to make measurements and to repeat measurements as often as I can. These tools allow me to do it. So I'd highly recommend that you check them out. I have links for all of these down below. If you're looking to get some, please use the links. That helps support the channel, and I do appreciate that. But next week, we'll talk about another essential tool for your shop that you should have.